please let me know whether the screen is visible. Okay, and also whether my voice is audible. Anyone, please reply.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, one and all. I think this is fourth class of your subject, that is kinematics of machines. Okay, let me start with today's class. Okay, so in previous class we completed, I think this one, kinematic link, types of kinematic links, then kinematic page, the types of kinematic page. Then also we have started with this kinematic chain. Okay, and we have discussed the definition of a kinematic chain, correct? And also what are the conditions that should be satisfied so that I can call a group of kinematic pairs as a kinematic chain, correct? So this was all about kinematic pairs. Then yeah, so this was a topic known as kinematic chain. Okay, so I have considered a four-bar chain. It means there are four links. One is a fixed link. Okay, so the platform or a frame I can consider as a link one. So this rotating part is known as a crank. Okay, and this blue color link, which is having a combination of a rotary as well as linear motion. So it is a coupler, or you can call it as a connecting rod also. Okay, uh, it's popularly known as a coupler, the blue color link, and the fourth link is this one. Okay, so you can call it as a rocker. Okay, this is a rocker which is having a oscillatory motion. You can see the path, it is oscillating. Okay, it is oscillating, and I can call this as a four bar chain. And if you want to call this group of kinematic pairs as a kinematic chain, it should satisfy some conditions. It means all the links or any point on any link, they should follow a definite path. When you consider this crank, okay, you just consider any one point on this crank one, this crank link one, it will follow a circular path. Okay, you can see a circular path. Okay, and when you consider any point on this rocker, this green color, okay, it follows the same path. It is a oscillating type. It means a kinematic chain is a group of kinetic pairs connected together for the purpose of transmitting the force or motion in a definite direction according to certain rule. The rule means this crank has to rotate in a circular path, and this rocker has to move in a oscillating path. That is the rule. Okay, then only you can call it as a kinematic chain. So example for kinematic chain or for your syllabus, a four bar chain is there, a single slider crank chain, and double slider crank chain. Okay, so this is one more example. Okay, this is also four bar chain. This triangular blue color part is considered as a single part. Okay, it is a single part, and just consider any one point. I'm going to consider point E. Okay, when you're going to give input to this link AD, okay, so it means a rotary path. Okay, this point E will trace a definite path. Okay, it'll trace a certain path. And this is also one more type of a kinematic chain. This is nothing but a group of so many kinematic pairs. Okay, this is I think this is clear in the previous class, and these two conditions has to be satisfied so that I can call a group of kinematic links or kinematic pairs as a kinematic chain. Okay, the first condition is L is equal to 2p minus 4. Okay, and J is equal to 3 by 2 L minus 2, where L is equal to number of kinematic links. L is number of kinematic links. P means number of kinematic pairs. Okay, means group of two links. And finally J is number of joints. Okay, number of joints. So in this condition, okay, if the LHS is greater than RHS, after calculating this number of links, pairs, all these joints, if the LHS is bigger than the RHS, then such kinematic chain is called as a locked chain. Okay, it is not a kinematic chain, but we'll call it as a locked chain. Okay, I'll take some example to prove this condition. Okay, And if the LHS is equal to RHS, it means both the conditions are satisfied, then I can call such a chain as a kinematic chain. Okay, specifically you can call it as a constrained kinematic chain. It means it is restricted to certain path. Okay, and if the this LHS is less than RHS, then such chain is called as unconstrained a chain. Okay, unconstrained chain. Okay, so it means if the LHS is equal to RHS, then only I can call such group of kinematic pairs as a kinematic chain. Okay, let me take some example so that it will be convenient. Okay, so please just take a first case. Okay, just write down this. Consider the arrangement of three links, that is AB, BC, CA, with pin joints. Okay, at A, B, C respectively, as shown in the below figure. Please write down this problem. Okay, so that I'll check whether this group of kinematic pairs is a kinematic chain or not. Okay, so this link 1, I can call this AB as a link 1, AC is as a link 3, CB as link 2. Okay, there are three kinematic links. Okay, link 1 and link 2 are connected at certain point. Okay, this I can call it as a joint. Okay, it is joined with help of nut and bolt. Okay, so I can call this as a pin joint. Okay, the joint between two links is known as this pin joint. Okay, and between link 2 and link 3 at point C there is a joint, and between link 1 and link 3 there is one more joint. Okay, so first just draw this, just take a rough sketch of this one and mention the joint number. A, B, C are the three joints. Link 1 and link 2, link 3 are three kinematic links. Okay, and total how many pairs are there? Can anyone tell that? How many pairs?
Three.
Correct. Okay, between link 1 and link 2 they'll consist one pair. Okay, there is one pair. 2 and 3 there's one more pair. 3 and 1 there is one more pair. Okay, so that I can list that number of links present in this figure are L is equal to 3. Similarly, number of pairs, that is kinematic pairs, is also 3, and number of joints, it is also 3. Okay, use those conditions. What are those conditions? First one is L is equal to 2p minus 4, and one more is J is equal to 3 by 2L minus 2. Okay, both the conditions has to be satisfied. Not only one condition is satisfied, other is not satisfied. Both has to be satisfied. First, I'll check the first condition, that is L is equal to 2p minus 4. Number of links are 3. Number of pairs are 3, and I'll substitute all the values and I'll get that 3 is equal to 2. It means the LHS is greater than RHS. Okay, LHS is greater than RHS. Okay, similarly I'll try the second condition, that is J is equal to 3 by 2L minus 2. Again, after substituting the values of number of joints, number of links, so I can say that LHS is again greater than RHS. Okay, LHS is again greater than RHS. So this comes under first case. As I explained, this comes under first case. If LHS is greater than RHS, I can call such combination of pairs as a locked chain. Okay, it is not a kinematic chain, but it is a locked one. Because just try in your home, try to construct this triangular kinematic chain using wooden sticks or metallic sticks. Just make a joint, okay, like this, and try to give the input to this link 2. Okay, you'll not get any output because it is completely locked. Since it is in the form of a triangle, you'll not be able to transfer the force from link 2 to link 3 or link 1 to link 2. You'll not get any movement. Okay, hence I cannot say this group of kinematic pairs as a kinematic chain. Okay, it means there should be some motion, there should be some relative motion. Okay, so this I can consider as a structure. Okay, I'll explain what is the structure in the next slides. So the conditions are also same. LHS is greater than RHS, both the conditions. So just write down the conclusion. Since the arrangement of three link as shown in the above figure does not satisfy equation 1 and 2, and LHS is greater than RHS, therefore it is not a kinematic chain. and hence there is no relative motion is possible, and such type of chain is called as a locked chain. Okay, it is this kind of locked chain is used in the bridges or trusses. Okay, in construction purpose, as a stiffener, as a supporting member, you can use this kind of group of kinematic pairs. Just in your home, just try to get this type of kinematic pairs using wooden sticks. You'll not get any motion. Okay, so is that clear about the case 1? If it is clear, I'll go to the next one, case 2.
Sir, please show me the conclusion, sir.
Which one?
Conclusion, sir.
Okay. Please write down this because you'll get practice. Otherwise, simply if you are listening the lecture, no, you'll get bored. Write down this. I'll give sufficient time.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, please let in the students.
Just wait. Yeah. Just inform to your other friends that they have to join before the class only, before 5 minutes. Then only they can join. If the presentation is on, no, they cannot join. Even though the auto admit is on, sometimes due to network, they'll not be able to join. Okay. Just from the next class, please log in before 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I have discussed this case 1. I consider a triangular type of figure in which there are 3 links and 3 pairs and 3 joints. I tried both the conditions, L is equal to 2p minus 4 and J is equal to 3 by 2L minus 2. Since LHS is greater than RHS, so I can call this as a locked chain. Okay, just take the second one, case 2. Okay, consider the arrangement of 4 links, that is AB, BC, CD and DA. They are having pin joints at A, B, C, D respectively, as shown in the below figure. Please copy this figure and list down the number of links, pairs and joints and check whether those 2 conditions will satisfy or not. Okay. Now you are checking whether this figure is a kinematic chain or not. Okay. Okay, you only calculate the answer. Just check. Let me know what is the condition. LHS is equal to RHS. LHS is greater than RHS, whether it is less than. You only say whether this is a kinematic chain or not.
Sir, it is a kinematic chain.
Okay, what is your getting answer? What is the answer you are getting? LHS is equal to RHS.
Equal to 4.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, LHS is equal to RHS.
RHS.
Okay, correct. So number of links are 4. Link this AB is 1 link, BC is 1 more, and CD is 1 more, DA is 1 more, right? And number of pairs between link 1 and link 2, they'll constitute 1 pair. 2 and 3, they'll make 1 more pair. 3 and 4, 1 more, 4 and 1. Total 4 pairs. And joints. A, B, C, D are the joints. Okay, between 2 links, so this pin joint is known as joints. So after substituting the values in this equation, you'll get LHS is equal to RHS. The second equation also will get the same. So I can conclude that the given figure is a kinematic chain. Okay, since the arrangement of 4 links as shown in the above figure satisfy the equation 1 and 2, therefore it is a kinematic chain. Please underline this word. It is a kinematic chain. And I can say that it is completely constrained. It is completely constrained. So please write down this conclusion. I'll show the animation of this 4-bar chain. Why it is called as a kinematic chain? Why it is called as a completely constrained? Constrained means restricted. It is limited to a certain path. Okay. When you consider a fan, it will be restricted to rotate only. Okay. And when you consider what you call is the motion of a railway train. Okay, a railway or a train, it is restricted to move on only the tracks, not on the roads. Correct. And also, you have seen the glass wipers which are present on the car glasses, front glasses. Okay, just try to observe try to imagine the motion of the wiper. Okay, always it will be in a certain path. It will not deviate from its path. It means completely restricted or constrained. Okay, so if you want the animation of the 4-bar chain, so you can see this one. Yeah, same thing. Whatever you have checked the conditions, you can see. So this red color is nothing but a crank. Okay, always remember the rotating part or rotating link is known as a crank. Okay, and this blue color is known as a rocker. Okay, ROCKER. It is oscillating. You can see the path of this blue color. It is oscillating from left to right and right to left. Okay, and this black color one is, and the black color one is a frame. It is a fixed one. It is a frame. Okay, and this between crank and this rocker, there is one more link, that is a green color. It is known as coupler or connecting rod also you can say. It is having a combination of a linear as well as a rotary. Means it is moving forward also, and it is having a rotary path also. Okay, so it means all the links are restricted to certain path. Okay, they are tracing the same path. Okay, and I'll go to the third condition. Okay, case 3. Consider an arrangement of 5 links as shown in the below figure. Okay, just copy this figure. Just copy this figure. So it is having 5 links. Link 1, link 2, 3, 4, 5. AB is one kinematic link, BC, CD, DE, and EA. And number of pairs are 5. 1 and 2, they will constitute one pair. 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and 5 and 1. And between between 2 links, there is a joint. Okay. This remember, this joint is called as a revolutory joint, a rotary joint. Okay. It means link 2 is freely, it can rotate about this point with respect to link 1. Link 1 also can rotate if it is not fixed. Okay. It means link 3 can also freely rotate about this point C. So all joints are called as a revolutory joints or a rotary joints. Okay, L is 5, P is also 5, J is also 5. Just check whether you are getting this result or not. I'll give 1 minute time. Please let me know whether you are getting the same result. LHS is less than RHS.
Yes, sir, got the same.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It means both the equations they are concluding that LHS is less than RHS. LHS is less than RHS. It means so you can go. This is the third case. If LHS is less than RHS, then the chain is known as unconstrained. It means it is not restricted to certain path. It is not a kinematic chain. Just try to build this this type of a chain, which is having a 5 links. Okay, because when you give the input to this link 2, when you are going when you are giving a rotary motion to this link BC, okay, after certain time, this link 4 and 3 they'll come down like this. They'll come down. Okay, after certain time they'll be in a locked position. They'll not be able to lift. Okay, so just try to frame this type of link. Okay, just check. Okay, after every time, each point on each link they'll be having a different path. Okay, initially this EA will be having certain path. After some time, this ED and DC they'll come down. Okay, they'll form a locked one. They'll be locked at the bottom portion. Okay, they'll not be able to lift. Okay, so, and they'll not follow a certain path. Okay, just try to check whether it is a kinematic chain by using steel bars or wooden sticks. You can make this 5 bar chain, you can see. Okay, you'll not get a definite path. Then the conclusion is, since the arrangement of 5 links as shown in the above figure does not satisfy equation 1 and 2, therefore it is not a kinematic chain. Such type of chain is called as unconstrained, which means unrestricted. The relative motion is not completely constrained. Same, both are same. This type of chain is little practical. Okay, no problem. This is okay. And if it is clear, I'll go to the types of kinematic chain. Okay, please take this on this heading for your syllabus. For your syllabus, there are 3 types of kinematic chain. One is a 4 bar chain, which is having 4 links. Okay. Just remember this black color one is called as a frame, is always fixed, and this red color is nothing but a rotary part, rotary link. I can call this as a crank, and this blue color is a rocker, ROCKER. It will be having a oscillating path, and between the crank and the rocker there is one more link. You can call it as a connecting link or a coupler. Okay, coupler. And when you're going to modify this 4 bar chain, you'll get a single slider crank chain, similar to your IC engine. Okay, your IC engine is made of this kind of chain, single slider crank chain. There's a crank, there's a crankshaft, there's a connecting rod, blue color, and this red color is nothing but piston. You can call it as a slider also. Okay, it is having a sliding motion. Just check all other parts, they're having a rotary path. At the joints you can see they're having a rotary path. Okay, so since it is having only single slider or a single piston, I can call it as a single slider chain. Okay, in the next slides I'll explain in detail what is a single slider. Okay, and in the third one you can see it is a double slider chain. Can you see the yellow color part? There are 2 yellow yellow color elements. They are sliding in a certain path, in a certain route, you can say. So this is one track, this is also one more track. They are sliding in a respective tracks. Since it is having a 2 sliders, okay, so I can call it as a double slider. Okay, so for your syllabus, these are the 3 types of a kinematic chain. So till now we completed a kinematic link, then kinematic pair, then kinematic chain. And what is next? The next is a mechanism. Okay, next is a mechanism. Okay. So these are the symbols of kinematic link and pair. So this is one kinematic link. So this is okay. This is a kinematic pair, group of 2 links. Kinematic chain means it is a group of so many pairs, 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, and 4 pair. A group of kinematic pairs is known as kinematic chain. And how can you call a mechanism? What is a mechanism? Just try to explain what is the difference between this and this figure and this figure. Just observe. Anyone? Anyone, please try. What is the difference between this figure and this figure?
One of the link is fixed.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So when you're forming a group of a kinematic pairs, it is called as a kinematic chain, but there is no link is fixed. Okay. But it is impossible to leave as it is. Okay. If you want to transfer any force from one point to another point, if you want to transfer any energy from one point to another point, any one link has to be fixed. Then only you can call it as a mechanism. Okay. It means you can consider your fan. Okay. The ceiling fan is fixed to the roof. Okay. It means the roof is considered as also one more link, that is a fixed link. Correct. And the railway track, it is also fixed. Okay, and when you consider a car wiper, the car wiper is fixed to the front glass. It means when you want to say a mechanism, so it is nothing but a kinematic chain, but any one link is fixed. Okay, that is the definition of a mechanism. Okay, so please take down the figure. Okay, when any one link of a kinematic chain is fixed, then that chain is called as a mechanism. Okay, so I'll consider this one. Just wait for a minute. Yeah. So this is a 4-bar kinematic chain. This one is a frame, as I explained. This is a crank. This is a coupler. This is a rocker. When you're going to fix any one link, in this case, I'll fix this frame. Okay, you can fix any link, any one link. Okay, so the fixed link is called as a frame. The frame is fixed. So this method of fixing any one link of the kinematic chain is known as a kinematic mechanism. That is the only difference. Okay, that is the only difference. You can see a 4-bar chain. Okay, you can see link 1 is fixed at this point, correct? And link 3 is also fixed at certain point. And only you can transfer the force or the motion from one link to another link. Okay, so there are 3 moving links. This is also crank, this is also coupler, this is also crank, since it is rotating. 3 moving links and one is fixed. Okay, so this also fixed, this also fixed. So combinedly, the fixed link is considered as only one link. Okay, they are not a separate link. They are fixed to certain frame. There are certain platform. Okay, for example, if you in your house there are 4 fans. Okay, all the 4 fans are fixed to a common roof, correct? Common slab, you can say. The slab is only one. Okay, they are not separate. The fan may be 4, but the roof is only one. So always the frames, they may be multiple, but we'll consider as only one link. The fixed one is only one link. Generally, it will be shown as like this frame. Okay, it may be fixed at certain part. Okay, so have you taken down this mechanism definition? Okay, please take down. So when any one link of a kinematic chain is fixed, then such chain is called as a mechanism. Okay, in this case, this is a kinematic chain, and this one is a 4-bar mechanism. So this is at the left side, you can say it is a 4-bar chain, and this is a 4-bar mechanism. And this is the example of 4-bar mechanism. As seen in the wheels of a train, they'll be connected like this only. The wheels of a train, they're connected using a 4-bar mechanism. And this mechanism is used to transfer the force. Okay, you are going to convert or going to transfer the force from one link to another link. Okay, and since it is having only 4 links, so I can call this mechanism as a simple mechanism. Okay, if it is having more than 4 links, okay, or a group of so many mechanisms, so I can call that kinematic chain as a compound mechanism. If the mechanism with more than 4 links is known as compound mechanism. Okay, so this one is a simple. If the number of links are more than 4, okay, and such mechanism is known as a compound mechanism. Okay, so let's take a snapshot of this one. I'll go to the next one. Okay, so okay, I'll try to show the animations of mechanism. So this is a wiping mechanism, correct? So this is a wiper. So behind this, it will be connected to a small motor and a 4-bar mechanism. Okay, then only can transfer the force from the motor into oscillating motion, so that you can wipe the water which is present on the front glass of your car. Okay, this is wiping mechanism or wiper. It is an example of a mechanism, and you can see these wipers are fixed to the front frame or front glass of a car. Okay, if it is not fixed, it will be called as a kinematic chain. If it is fixed, it will be called as a mechanism. And this is the mechanism which is present behind this wiper. Okay, so this will be connected to the motor, the rotating part. You're transferring the rotary motion, okay, into an oscillating motion. Can you see this one? Okay. And so this is also an example, same car wiper. Okay. So you can see the hand is fixed to the glass. And this is also one more type of a mechanism which is used to generate a straight line. Okay. The industry, in the different machines, if you want to generate a straight line motion of a cutting tool, you can use such mechanism. Okay. So you can see any one link has to be fixed. This one is a frame. Okay. So this is a single slider mechanism. Since there is one link is sliding, okay, and the remaining are rotating. And this is also a straight line mechanism which is called as a Poiseuille mechanism. Okay, it will come in the second unit. Okay, don't worry about that one. You can see one link is fixed. And finally, it's also one type of a mechanism which is called as a ratchet and pole mechanism. They're converting a rotary motion into linear motion, which is used in conveyors in the industry. So in front of each machine there will be a conveyor to transfer the work pieces from one station to another station. You are using such kind of mechanism. Okay, it is also a sliding type. You can see one link has to be fixed. So all are examples of a mechanism. Okay, so I think this is clear. I hope. What is the difference between a kinematic chain and a mechanism? Okay, I'll take another 10 minutes. Then finally, what is the last one? What is the last part? Machine. As I explained, first one is kinematic link, then kinematic pair, then kinematic chain, then mechanism, and finally, if there are a group of so many mechanisms, I have shown only one. Okay, and if you are using that mechanism to transfer the energy, okay, from input to the output, so that you can do some useful work, then such group of mechanisms is known as a machine. Okay, so machine is a group of mechanisms, so many mechanisms, so that you can transfer the energy from the input towards output. Okay, examples: lathe machine. Okay, lathe machine is connected to the electrical power supply and the motor, and you are doing some work. Correct? The job is fixed to the headstock and it is rotating, and you are doing some work using so many mechanisms. Okay, and your bicycle, bicycle is also one a machine. Correct? Your bike is also a machine, a lathe machine, milling machine. Okay, when you consider bicycle, it is made of so many mechanisms. One is a braking mechanism, you can say. Okay, it may be a disc type or a drum type. It is also one mechanism that is called as a braking mechanism. And to control the motion of the wheel, it is having a what you can a steering mechanism, and seating mechanism, you can also say. Okay, and it is made of so many mechanisms. So the bicycle is a machine, a group of so many mechanisms, and mechanism is a nothing but a kinematic chain, and any one link is fixed. And what is kinematic chain? It is a group of so many kinematic pairs. And what is kinematic pair? It is a group of so many kinematic link. Okay, just see this animation. So it is a bicycle. Okay, so it is a group of so many mechanism. First is a, I think, braking mechanism, seating mechanism, steering mechanism, okay, and wheeling mechanism, you can say. Okay, and there is a chain and sprocket to transfer the motion, okay, from the foot pedal towards the wheel. So it is a group of so many mechanisms. I can call it as a machine. It's used to do some useful work. Okay, so I think this is clear. What is a machine? Then finally, I'll take last topic, that is a structure. Okay, so all these things are example of a structure, buildings, bridges, towers. Okay, so how can you say a structure? So you can see in all these figures there is no relative motion between parts. Okay, this building is made of so many parts, or you can say links or elements, but there is no relative motion. Here also you can see there are so many links, kinematic links, which are attached to the other links, but there is no relative motion. Okay, it means you can say it is a group of so many kinematic links and having the no relative motion between them. Okay, so such type of such a group of kinematic links I can call it as a structure. Okay, bridges, buildings, towers, railway platform. Okay, it's used to can say transfer the loads from the top surface to the ground. Okay, these are the load bearing elements. Okay, so you can say a support. They'll carry the loads, they'll transfer the load from top portion to the earth, and there is no relative motion. This is the keyword. Let's take the definition. I'll take another 5 minutes. It is a group of kinematic links having no relative motion between them. As I explained that triangular kinematic chain, it is nothing but a structure because there is no relative motion. So first case I have explained, no, LHS is greater than RHS locked chain. It is nothing but a structure. So please take down this. Okay, finally I'll do the comparison between a machine and a structure. As explained, the machine is nothing but a group of so many mechanisms, and it is having a relative motion between each parts. There should be some movement, there should be some relative motion, then only I can say that it is a machine. But in the case of a structure, it is a group of so many elements, but there is no relative motion. There is no relative motion exist between each part. It is the first difference. Okay, and why the machine is used? It is used to transfer the energy from one point to another point. Okay, so examples are these: bicycles, bikes. Okay, you can say you can take any vehicles, lathe machines, milling machines, all under comes machine. They are doing some useful work. And why the structures are used? They're used to carry the loads and the forces. Okay, examples: bridges, buildings, towers, all these examples. So these are the differences. Okay, in the next class I'll start with this inversion. There is one more topic. Okay, after completing the kinematic chain, kinematic pair, then kinematic links, mechanisms, machines, there is one more topic called as the inversion. Okay, I'll try to complete this in the next class. Okay, till now if any doubts please let me know. Okay, if it is clear you can say yes, or it is not clear you can say no. Before that please take
It's
this
clear, sir. It's
okay,
clear.
okay, this one I already explained. Okay, if you want you can take the figure of this 4-bar chain. Okay, so the namings are important. Please take another 5 minutes. Let's take this one: frame, crank, coupler, and rocker. This is link 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, remember always the frame will be fixed and the crank will be rotating. Coupler also combination of that rotary motion and linear, that is called as oscillatory. This is also rocker. It is also oscillatory. If you want you can see the animation. This is a
Just
frame.
hold it, sir.
Okay, this is a frame. So this is a frame. This is a crank, red color. Green color is a coupler. Rocker is the last one. So in the bracket I have mentioned what is the kind of motion, that is a fixed, rotating, oscillating. So based on this only you'll be having problems in the second model and the third model. Okay, please remember the namings and what is the position: fixed, rotating, or oscillating.
Wait, sir. Hold it.
Okay, no problem. Just take.
So let's.
Okay, shall I go move to the next slide, the last one? Okay, since it is related to a 4-bar chain, please bear with another 2 minutes. Okay, take down this one, Grashoff's law. Okay, it is a simple one. It is related to 4-bar mechanism only. That's why I'm going to complete this also. Please bear another 2 minutes. Just take the heading as a Grashoff's law for a 4-bar chain. Okay, and if you want to transfer the energy, okay, from one point to another point or from one link to another link, this Grashoff law has to be satisfied. Okay, so I'll consider a 4-bar mechanism. It is having 4 links. I can call it as a L1, L2, L3, and L4. Okay, link 1, link 2, 3, and 4. Okay, what I will do, I'll consider the shortest link, that is a crank, that is a red color, that is L2. Correct. The frame is L1. And what is the longest link? This rocker, blue color, that is L4. Okay. The Grashoff law states that for a planar 4-bar chain, okay, it is moving in a single plane. You can say a vertical plane. Okay, it is moving in a vertical plane. For a planar 4-bar chain, sum of the shortest link and the longest link. Okay, L2 plus L4, which are the sum of shortest link and longest link, it should be less than or equal to sum of the remaining 2 links. The remaining is nothing but L1 and L3. Correct, the frame and the coupler. Okay, so first you have to list down the shortest link and the longest link, and you have to check this condition. Sum of shortest and longest link should be less than or equal to sum of remaining 2 links. Then only I can transfer the required motion. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, you'll not get a complete rotary motion of this crank. Okay, if the condition is not satisfied, the crank will rotate only up to certain degree. For example, 180, 170, 150. It will not cover a 360 degree if this condition is not satisfied. Remember. Okay, if you want a complete rotation of this crank and oscillatory motion of this rocker, this condition has to be satisfied. Okay, please note down this. Okay, so this is the last topic, that is the Grashoff's law of today's class. Okay,
Sir, L1 and L3. L1 and L3.
Just wait. This L1 is this one, no, frame. Okay, L2 is this red color crank.
Frame, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
L3 is this green color. L4 is this rocker.
Green color.
Okay,
L3 is coupler, sir.
L3 is coupler. L3 is coupler.
Okay.
Okay. If it is clear, I'll wind up today's class. Please give the attendance and join the next class. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.